It's that happy face that keeps me coming back to Africa. After waiting all year to travel again, it was finally time to say goodbye to Chicago and hello to Tanzania. Well, that's after my favorite pastime of flying. And by favorite, I mean least favorite. I'm still waiting for technology to be able to zap me from one place to another. 2 8-hour flights is a long time to spend up in the air, but you can kill time by taking bathroom selfies. Next thing you know, you're landing in Tanzania, all blurry and tired. It only takes about an hour or so to get through customs. Time flies. Well, unless you're in Tanzania trying to get through customs. Then time goes by really, really slow. We finally made it to the excellent Planet Lodge, and it was time to chow down and then hit the bed as soon as I navigated the mosquito net. We got up to a very wet morning, and even though the pudding is freezing, I'm hot with excitement about being back on safari. This is my 8th safari to Africa and my 3rd time here in Tanzania. We loaded up the Jeep and met Nixon, or Nicky, who was our driver last time we were here. On the way to the first park, we had a few hours to kill, so I was telling the pudding some crazy road stories about when I was in a punk band, and she is so, well, she's sleeping. But here we are at the Tarangire National Park, and we ain't the only ones, that's for sure. I asked this little monkey where the bathroom was, and then it's time to read the rules. Reading park rules. Do not get eaten by the animals. And then sign number 2, do not get eaten by the animals. Okay, good. We're all set to go. We aren't even in the park 5 minutes, and this guy's giving us the eye. Already getting attitude from the Impala on safari. He seems grumpy, but then I noticed he has like 20 wives. It all makes sense now. Up ahead from him is this giraffe and a water buck. As big as that giraffe is, that tree is making him look like a little dwarf. And now we're entering an area of the park I haven't seen on my previous 2 trips here. And by looking at all these Jeeps, it seems to be a popular area. Time to make a good first impression. But how can we when the puddin' has no sense of safari fashion? I'm so embarrassed. And while she is getting this exciting shot of a buffalo weaver, I'm looking ahead as something very large is coming our way. Elephants. It's one of my favorite animals to see on safari. Elephants can walk anywhere from 15 miles to 120 miles depending on what they have to do for the day. We're going up ahead to position ourselves and find a nice spot to watch them. I'm always amazed by how they use their trunks. This time around, Puddin' brought her father, so it's a family safari, and I was anxious to see his impression of seeing some wild elephants. It's always fun to watch people react their first time seeing something in the wild. As we drove on, I noticed a lot of water on the roads. Tanzania has had a very wet season at a time where it's usually a dry season. Messed up climate times. We catch up to a few water buck. And as we sit there watching them eat, it reminds us it's our lunchtime. And off we went, but we're not eating alone. We have vervet monkeys all around us. It's important to never feed the wildlife. And you always got to protect your food from them.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Bless you, Pete. She's allergic to monkey. Trying to get him. Got her a monkey. Got her a monkey.
It's also important to always close the top of your Jeep, or they will take out some good stuff and leave you with a few treats you might not want. After that nice lunch, it's time for more safari action. Here we go with some more impala and baboons. Now, impala and baboons sometimes have a mutual symbiotic relationship. That means being around one another helps both species. In this case, both will help each other look around for predators. But sometimes, with these two, that relationship gets a little slanted and becomes in favor of only one species, as baboons will sometimes kill and eat young impala. Not nice, baboons. We stayed here for a long time, which tells me other jeeps aren't reporting much. That's okay, it's a pulley safari this time, which means slow. And when I'm on vacation, I want time to stand still or at least go by very slow, like a tortoise. Safari action. As we're driving out of the park, these mongoose are running all around. Now to get to our lodge, we actually have to go back out onto the highway which runs along the park. I wasn't sure why, but as we come across this road, it all makes sense. This area is totally flooded. And we learned that only a small section of the park is drivable. It all makes sense now. This safari will be full of action. Wet action. Be sure to subscribe and read this video's description for more information. Thanks for watching.